Los Angeles, a cold, rainy night. Jack, a debt collector for hire, stood in front of the shabby apartment of a poor family. The man lay paralyzed on the sickbed, breathing faintly. Beside him was Emma, the daughter who had just graduated from university and had only been working for a week. She trembled and said, I don't have money. Please give me more time." Jack looked around the empty room. There was nothing but the bed and a few boxes of cheap medicine. For the first time in his life, he put down the iron rod and sighed. The next day, he returned, but not to collect the debt. He placed on the table a stack of money he had saved over many years. "I'll pay it for you. Take care of him." Time passed. By chance, they met again. Emma worked at a small bookstore. Jack, now just a quiet man, stood at the counter buying a novel she loved. From those encounters, they fell in love. Emma said, "Jack, you're not a bad person. You just need another chance." And Jack quit the debt-collecting job. He applied to work as a porter at the harbor. His hands were full of calluses, his back full of wounds. But for the first time in his life, he felt like a good human being. Until one day, Jack collapsed in the middle of the warehouse. The doctor said, "Brain tumor, not much time left." He walked out of the hospital alone. Sitting by the roadside, he burst into tears. Not because he was afraid of dying, but because he couldn't love her for a little longer. From that day on, Jack went back to his old path, doing everything to make money. He hid it from Emma, but then Emma found out. She shouted, "Why did you turn back into who you were?" Jack only replied, "Because I don't want you to live in hardship in the future." And he left. Emma never saw Jack again, but she didn't know. Every night, from afar, Jack still quietly stood watching her return home safely. He had written a will, transferring all his money to her. One evening, Emma was sitting in a cafe with friends. Beside her was another kind man, someone who clearly cared about her. Jack stood from afar. He smiled. "At last, she has someone to love her in my place." He turned his back and walked away, and collapsed. When he opened his eyes, Jack saw Emma crying beside the hospital bed. She had learned everything. From that day on, their roles were reversed. She was the one protecting him. The final scene, on the beach at sunset. Emma pushed Jack's wheelchair along the sandy shore. Jack looked at the setting sun, smiling. "If there's a next life, let me meet you a little earlier." And his eyes closed peacefully